I went to performing arts high school where I had to take classical voice, and I was taught by a woman who was trained in vocal performance, not vocal technique or teaching it. So she ended up having me just push to my range, singing things that are far too high for me, and basically destroying my voice by grade 12. So I had to basically relearn everything and how I did it, uh, and it made things doubly difficult for me, I guess. But Ryan helped me work through it, and so now I'm on the right track, and it's a nice experience to have freedom rather than sort of pushed, painful, straining sound constantly. My range has increased quite a bit. It's much more controllable. I have a lot more control over it. I'm more aware of my voice, and I'm more confident with it, which I think is something that's very important for any singer.
My range has increased, like I said, dramatically. Um, what's made me really happy is that even in the range where I'm very comfortable, he's taught me how to sing with just much better tone quality and richness. And my family's a lot happier about it too because they love the way I sing now, and it's all because of Ryan, really. We do a lot of scales. We get started right away. We jump right in. He uses his time efficiently, and he knows exactly where you're at in your progression and even where you're at on that particular day. I can remember one time my voice was feeling raspy and twangy, and he gave me an exercise that fixed it up like that, and we moved on. So he knows what he's doing.
Well, I had this previous vocal coach last summer that I worked with for 6 weeks, and he had told me at a specific point in my upper range to start tensing up and pushing and pressing with my chest. And it's just created a lot of tension whenever I was, encounter that area of my range. And Ryan just, taught me how to approach things from a relaxed manner, and that, helped out in working that higher range and just being able to have that vocal freedom that, everyone strives for.
Ryan's technique has done wonders for my voice. My range is a lot better. I can hold notes a lot longer. Even on stage, I notice a huge difference. I project so much more. When I'm playing with a band, I really cut through now, and without the pain afterwards. So it's been great.
He's really good at explaining things. I get it now. Before I never really did. He kind of laid it all out for me and says, this is what you have to do, and explained it more better than anybody I've ever heard explain it. Yeah, he's crazy. He's awesome. You'd be like a fool to not take lessons with him. You learn so much. Basically, I just realized that everything I was doing before was wrong. I was doing ridiculous things like taking shots of olive oil before I'd do a performance and stuff, and just because that's what I was told we were supposed to do, lubricate the vocal cords, stand up straight with your posture, and feet shoulder width apart, and support your notes from your chest. And it's ridiculous what people do. It's so simple, and he explains it so well, and you just get it now. It's crazy.
When I first started out with Ryan, I found that I was getting really tired really quickly. 30 minutes of singing felt like 3 hours of singing. I didn't even want to talk afterwards. And Ryan's kind of taught me the techniques to make that easier. And so I'm able to sing longer, I'm able to sing louder, I'm able to push myself to new levels.
When I first come in, he goes through a lot of different vocalizations and sounds to warm up my voice, and specifically to close my vocal cords, which I have a hard time doing. And then we run through scales and work through range as well, pushing my voice into different places that it's not comfortable or used to going to. About a year ago, I got laryngitis, and I got my voice back. It was very painful, and I kept, singing and talking, and it wasn't getting better. I went to the doctor, and it was diagnosed as muscle tension dysphonia. Went to speech pathologists, ENTs, and basically was told this was my problem. I had to sort of live with it, and I wasn't good enough. So I luckily found Ryan, and immediately after the first lesson just felt such a difference in my voice, completely. And this power that's coming out of my voice now when I sing, it's incredible. Very, very positive. I mean, the lessons themselves are super positive. they're really motivational and fun, and he kind of keys right into what you need that day. And yeah, and the change in my voice has been phenomenal. I wouldn't ever imagined it. The sounds that we usually do first off when I come in are brrr, so we'll do a scale like brrr, and that gently brings the vocal cords together, whereas sometimes when I'm singing or speaking, I have to be like and that kind of breathiness, they're flopping, and we don't want that. So so that's, you know, the first thing we'll do, and then if things are going well, then we'll do mum 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 sounds, doing scales, you know, and gee 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 and gug gug gug, and it's all very sounds very preschool, but it actually is very effective. Well, I do commercial singing for jingles and things like that, and I also do commercial voiceover work. So I have to sound, if the producer says sound like this, I have to sound like that. You know, that's how I make my money. So you're not always doing what's best for your voice that way. And if I spend a morning, my lessons are on Thursdays. So, for instance, a couple of weeks ago, I spent the entire morning singing Breathy. And then I came to him and I had an audition like an hour after I saw him, and my voice was not 100% back to normal, but it was really in good shape. So I would say, yeah, seeing Ryan is invaluable to me.